Welcome everyone to Numerical Gems. There is a verse in Psalms that says, Shaviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. I will place God before me at all times. The simple literal meaning of this is that we should always have a God consciousness. We should always be aware of God in our lives. We should put God before us. We should put the fulfillment of the mitzvot as our ongoing lifestyle. That's the simple, literal meaning. To always have God before us, aware of His presence in our life. Rabbi Yitzhak Ginsburg gives an additional meaning, and almost more literal. Shaviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. I place this name, Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey, before me at all times, meaning that I am aware that this name, the four-letter name of God, appears in every situation, every process, every point of reality is an expression of these four letters of this name. Shaviti, Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey, lenegdi tamid. It should always be for me. I should learn to be sensitive to seeing how this name is manifest in all of reality. So let's take this idea and apply it to Yom Kippur. The first letter of God's name is a Yud. Yud equals 10. And of course, Yom Kippur is on the 10th day of Tishrei. In addition, the term of the period of time, the cycle of time between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is called Aseret Yemei Tshuva, the 10 days of tshuva that come to their climax, to their fruition on Yom Kippur. So the Yud of God's name relates to the 10th of Tishrei, the day of Yom Kippur. The first Hey in God's name, Hey equals 5. The number 5 is very, very important in Yom Kippur. So first of all, it is the only day of the year that we have 5 prayer services. On an ordinary day, we have 3 prayer services, morning, afternoon, and evening. On Shabbat and holidays, we have an additional musaf, an additional prayer, meaning we have 4 prayers. Only on Yom Kippur do we have 5 prayers. And we're told in Kabbalah and Chassidut that these 5 prayers relate to the 5 levels of soul. Nefesh, the animal soul, or the essential, intuitive soul that's very connected to the body. The Ruach, the spirit, the emotional component of a human being. Neshama, the intellectual part of the human psyche. The Chaya, the life force and the will. And the highest level is called Yechidah, the unique godly spark within a person. So the 5 prayers of Yom Kippur relate to the 5 levels of soul, and especially the final one of Ne'ilah relates to the highest level of soul, the Yechidah. And that's why no matter how tired people are after a long day of fasting and praying, Ne'ilah comes and people have this incredible burst of energy, and this represents the Yechidah, the actual part of God within us. But also the number 5 relates to the service of the Kohen Gadol, the high priest on Yom Kippur in the temple. Part of the service was that he went to the mikveh 5 times during the day. During each part of the service, the Kohen Gadol would go to the mikveh, immerse, and change clothes to do the different parts of the service. So this is the Hey of God's name. The Vav equals 6. Vav equals 6. So what is special about the number 6 in Yom Kippur? Another unique aspect of Yom Kippur is usually when we have a public reading of the Torah, usually we have during the week, we have 3 people are called up to the Torah. On Shabbat, we have 7 people called up to the Torah, and then a maftir. The only time of the year that 6 people are called up to the Torah is on Yom Kippur, the last Hey of God's name. So this relates to the 5 forbidden actions on Yom Kippur: eating and drinking, anointing oneself, washing, wearing leather shoes, and intimate relations between husband and wife. These are the 5 forbidden acts. So that relates to the final Hey of God's name. So here we just took one of a myriad of examples of how we could see in Yom Kippur the name Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey manifest in the actual meaning of the day, the format of the day. And this is, again, a fulfillment of the idea of Shaviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. I place God before me at all times. I recognize and appreciate and am sensitive to God's presence all the time, but also that this name is we could call it the DNA of creation. It will appear in virtually every state of reality.